What's up, guys? Welcome back to Season 2 of Wicked After Dark, where we talk about all things horror. My name's Anthony, and with me tonight we got Ashley and Jess.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
And always behind the screens, we got my man, Andy. Guys, today we want to welcome owner of Grim Girl Collective, Raylene.
Woo.
Hey, guys.
Awesome. Finally.
I know.
Yes.
But real quick, guys, before we get into that, we want to do a real quick recap for you guys. This is going to be our final episode of 2022, believe it or not.
It is.
6 months of this, and this is our final one of the year.
Crazy.
But real quick, guys, we do want to apologize for last week. We do understand we did not post anything. We didn't release anything because we did have a tragic event happen last week. Unfortunately, one of the family members on our side of the family passed away.
Yeah.
You know, real unfortunate. We do want to reach out to the Vera family, give our condolences, keep them in our prayers, and hopefully we move on from it. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons we did not, out of respect, did not post anything, did not do anything just for that time. But yeah, so with that being said, guys, we want to do a real quick recap
of
2022 with Wicked Boutique and what all went down for 2022 for us, right?
Yeah, a lot of it, actually.
And I think it's just going to be a real quick 5 minutes of just thank you to everybody, to be honest with you, because we had a wild year.
It was a wild ride, yeah.
It was a wild ride. It was a wild year. And, and just to be here now and to be able to do that is awesome,
Yeah.
So to start off with, just having, let's start off with the events that we threw.
Yeah. Back in February.
Yeah, we did one in February, which is great.
Great event. Great turnout.
And then we did our first ever Wicked Fest.
Yeah. That was a nail biter.
It was a nail biter, but you know what, guys?
It's so worth it.
From the vendors to the family to the fans to our followers, for the amount of people that have showed up for that event.
Yeah.
Without all that,
Halloween
it wouldn't have been possible, So, especially an event in August in San Bernardino, our own hometown, to be able to do that was amazing, So, again, that happened here in 2022. Thank you for that, and again, that's just this year, so we'll see what's up for next year, right?
Yep.
All the people who've shopped with us.
Yep.
All the people who shopped with us in store,
who support us online. All new followers, thank you.
Yeah, man. You know what I really want to say thank you to is all our diehards that are always in the store. I wish I'd remember their names. I'm terrible with names, but you know what? It's always our people that come in no matter what.
All our repeat buyers.
Yes, and they find something to buy with us.
Yeah.
And you know what? That means a lot, guys. That doesn't go unnoticed. You know what I mean? That to me is like, it keeps us going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gives you motivation to, man, let's do something
come
for
to
them.
Work.
Right. It's like Ashley always says, it gives you something to look forward to.
Right. And just to expand on that, this was the year we decided to have our storefront finally open full time. We had the store already for 2 years, but
yes,
stuff happens, bumps in the road.
Yep.
But now we decided, okay, we have to stay open.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows. All the vendor family knows. We have the team to support it, so we were able to have our storefront open.
And you know what, guys? That's gonna come from a big shout out to our dad that really pushed that matter, man. He sits behind the camera with Andy the whole time, but he was like, "Nope, this is it, guy," and he does not play, right? Because he's managed businesses for 30 years,
right?
So when for some reason one day his mind said, "Hey, we're gonna keep the doors open." We'll be out of town in Arizona and the store's open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if the store's open, the store's open. So that was the big difference. But yeah, so that's a big game changer for us this year.
Yeah, it was.
What else? I think that's it. Yeah. Just a real quick, like I said, guys,
actually, this was the year of our podcast too. So we want to thank everyone.
Yeah.
YouTube's very hard. But shout out to our Spotify listeners.
Yep. And every other platform, guys. Yeah. I know it's so hard because Andy actually is the one that keeps us up to date with that stuff. But we do have, the Apple and all the other stuff
YouTube,
that they listen
Spotify,
on.
Spotify, other platforms.
Yeah, that is strictly listening.
We know mostly Spotify is where it's at right now. So everyone who listens on Spotify, all these in your other countries, thank you so much. That means a lot. And for those on YouTube, YouTube's we just learned that this year. YouTube is a hard platform.
It's extremely hard.
If you watch us on YouTube, thank you so much.
It's very hard, very hard.
Don't forget to subscribe.
But everybody worldwide on Spotify, man, we do appreciate you. Yeah, so
and
whoever's in Belgium,
thank you.
Since day one, downloading every episode at the time of drop. That means a lot. You know what I mean? That is so crazy. That is so crazy to me. You know what I mean? But thank you. You know what I mean? Again, that's something that keeps us motivated to keep dropping these crazy episodes and dragging our vendor friends along for the ride. You know?
And thank you to everyone who came on this podcast this last 6 months.
Yes.
You guys mean a lot to us, and I hope
for giving us a shot,
picking your brains, giving the people a little insight of what your everyday lives is. Thank you for coming on,
And trust me, there's a lot more people to come. So if those vendors are like, man, they didn't invite me, just wait.
Yeah.
It will happen.
We're just shy.
We're shy. I'm very shy.
So,
Like, what do you think? I know we do a little stupid podcast here and there.
Are you down?
Yeah. No, guys, enough about us. Again, thank you so much. 2022 was a great year. Just wait for 2023. We're going to start off with a bang. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give too much information, but we're going to start with a bang. Take it as you will. But today's episode is all about Raylene and her company.
Grim Girl Collective.
So again, thank you so much for coming out.
Yay, it's my pleasure.
Yeah. And of course, she had a nice drive out here, guys. She's not local. So we do appreciate that.
And
of course, it's raining today.
SoCal.
Oh, my God.
You see, I would have been like, I can't make it.
For sure.
Personally, I hate the rain.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm lying. I love the rain if I'm at home.
True.
If I have to drive in it, nope.
I hate the rain 24/7.
No, I love it. I love the weather like this. I'm a fan.
How was your drive out here? Bad?
You know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought.
Okay.
But people in California are afraid of the rain.
Yeah.
So. But it was it said an hour and 25 minutes.
Oh, wow.
But I made it in like an hour and 15. So
Okay.
not too bad.
Yeah, she was racing against the GPS. Yeah. We all do it. It's like an hour and 20. I'll do it in an hour and 10.
Exactly.
We all do it. But thanks again for coming on.
Of course.
So let's get into it.
Let's get these juicy questions flowing
no.
for her.
So your company name, so cute. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much.
What's the story behind it?
So I actually had a hard time thinking about a name. I said names like out loud at home to where I was annoying my family. And my husband's like, it needs to just flow. He's like, so just don't like keep going at it. Just like take your time. So I, my best friend who does my lash extensions, I had an appointment and, I was talking to her about it, and I usually take a little nap. So I'm like, I'm just going to close my eyes and think about it.
Yeah.
So as I'm sitting there, she's doing her thing, and I wake up and I look at her and I'm like, Grim Girl Collective. And she's like, yes. She's like, that is it. And I was like, that's my business name. Like, I know it is. I'm like,
awesome.
It just hit. And when I told my husband, he's like, there it is. He's like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So
Is that something that just came to mind right there at that instant?
I literally was just like popping ideas in my head.
Okay.
And I didn't even know about like any other businesses that had collective in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just kind of like came to mind, you know, and I'm like, it just, I wanted to have like that vintage kind of look to my like logo. So I don't know, it just kind of like Grim Girl Collective. It kind of gave me that vintage feel.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know.
It's a good name.
It works.
I like it.
It's
Thank you.
flowy.
Very
It's
good.
100% flowy, like Grim Girl Collective. There's
Thank
no,
you.
it's no like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Not like Wicked Boutique. Fucking
Yeah,
whack.
right.
No,
I'm just
no,
kidding.
no.
Every time.
I just, and I say this every podcast. Somebody's gonna be like, this guy says it every time. But it's like, our story compared to everybody else's is so much worse.
It was a toll.
Ours was like, all right, these are the three names. Pick.
Yeah.
Vote.
But I like Wicked. Like that would be something I
Yeah.
would want to use in
Right.
something.
right.
Yeah. A little bit on that was me and Jess sat and we like went through names like spooky.
We're like,
wicked,
okay, Google
scary.
spooky words.
Yeah. And we went through all these words and we're like, no, there's too many of this, there's too many of that. That doesn't sound, And I was like, well, I haven't really heard Wicked,
Yeah.
And so we got it tatted on us.
Yeah.
And we went with it.
Okay.
And
I like that.
And our brother Andrew, he's like, what if it doesn't end up working out? I'm like, well, first of all, why would you say that? And it's like it's a part of your story, So,
Yeah,
So we did get it tattooed on us. That's true.
That's true.
So we
That's
just
cool.
ran with it. We're like, fuck it, Wicked Boutique. That's what we're gonna do it. And we're like, let's be original. Boo. And I don't know, but yeah, it stuck. BOO. But people still mess that up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
But how long have you been in business now with the Grim Girl Collective?
So actually, it hasn't been that long. I started in July of 2021. So I'm
Okay.
barely, a year and 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So not that long. I'm pretty new. Yeah, so I'm still planning on continuing to be Grim Girl Collective
That's
Yeah.
in
awesome.
the future.
I think the first time we met, or for sure for me, was when we did the Sugar Mint, I believe. Was that the first time you guys met?
In person, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sugar Mint.
So you know what's crazy is I always like to compare companies from where they were to where you are today, right?
Yeah.
So the last time I seen you vend was at Salem's. So obviously at the Sugarman, everybody had to have a much smaller
compact
setup. I like because you did Art Sideshow, didn't you? Did you do Art Sideshow the last one?
No.
Yeah.
Or did you?
The one before that one?
Oh,
His grand opening event.
no, I did not.
Okay.
No.
So it might have been that one. Anyway, so to see your setup, you know, from there to the setup at Salem's was just wow. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't show that you're still new in the game or whatnot. You know,
Right.
you look like you were seasoned. You know, the
You
setup
know
was,
what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, just the
Kind of.
table, the table display alone.
Yeah, your setup was. I think
Good.
it was elaborate. You know, you had the 2-tier, and you had the little
pillars.
pillars
Oh,
out
yes,
there,
yes,
which
yes.
was
Dude, it was
super
good.
cute.
I wanted it to look like Disneyland, like when
Yeah.
you walk
And
into
it did.
Disneyland
It
at
did.
Halloween.
And it did.
Did anyone offer you money for those?
No.
Because I would have, like, if I was a fan like
Right.
that, you know.
Yeah.
They're super cute.
Yeah, it was
you.
good. It was
It's
very
definitely eye
elaborate.
catching.
We're actually trying to get better at that.
We struggle with
Matter
it.
of fact, before this today, or right now, Ashley was like, "We're not doing another show until we have a new setup."
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, okay." You
I
know,
just,
so-
you have to switch it up.
Oh,
I do.
100%.
I keep changing mine like almost
Yeah.
every show. I'm just
And
like,
we know I noticed that. It doesn't go unnoticed because it's like you always have something different going on, and I
Yeah.
think it keeps it interesting for people like your repeat buyers. It's always something new.
Yeah,
And for a year and a
exactly.
half of business, I wanted to give you a lot of props because you're almost everywhere now. Like if you go to the parks or anywhere, you see your stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's probably like the coolest thing about this is like when I do go to Disneyland, I never ever like not see someone in one of my shirts, and I
Right.
think that's so cool. Like that's
Yeah.
definitely like why I wanted to do it. So
Yeah.
I mean, tell me though, how did that first time you saw that? You're at the park. The first time you see somebody in your shirt,
Yeah.
how did that feel?
I was like shocked. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I like waved them down because
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, you're in my shirt. Like, that's so awesome. I think, though, the first time a cast member at Disneyland noticed me and like when they scanned me in, they were like, I follow you. And I was like, oh my God, like a Disneyland worker knows who I am.
Yeah.
Like, that was probably like so awesome. And,
Right.
I mean, it's just really cool.
Tell me though,
Yeah.
that right there just keeps for me. If it was me,
Yeah.
it would make me keep going. Right? Like
Oh, yeah, totally.
That
totally.
day, nothing could have gotten your way. Like,
Yeah,
man,
no.
we're doing
Like,
this.
I'm
Like
the
this
shit.
is why I do it. I think recently, I told my husband a couple got engaged at Walt Disney World in my shirts,
Oh,
and then
man.
someone did their like baby announcement
I
recently,
seen that.
and I was like, oh my God! I'm like, people are using my
Stuff.
stuff
Yeah.
for these big things in their life, and it's pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
that
Right.
definitely is something
a
that
great
is
feeling.
like makes my heart just
Especially a moment like that where it's extremely special.
yeah,
right?
like
I
they're
mean,
gonna
getting-
have that photo forever.
forever.
Yeah.
Man, that's right there alone. Again, that's gonna be something like that,
tears.
right? That's gonna keep it. I remember the first time we got to experience. Unfortunately for us, we do a lot of horror shirts, so it's like I think it was like at Horror Nights or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that, where we saw it, and I was like, damn, like that was cool.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
that's
to see
awesome.
that.
and
we,
you walk around like I'm the shit now. You know?
I remember too is when we went to Orlando and we saw some of our stuff out there. Like, damn, all right, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it feels. It's a good feeling.
It is.
It's
It
a good
definitely
feeling.
is.
Yeah.
Because
Gives
it is a lot of work. Like
Yeah.
just being one. Well, for me, you guys have a couple people, but that
Right.
still is very hard. But like me, it's literally
No.
me.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
right.
like,
I mean,
dang, it's like, wow, my stuff's out in like Europe. You know, like it's
Right.
so cool.
Right.
Yeah.
no, I think definitely though you have to go back to that. We have a team here. We're not gonna hide that. You know what I mean? So when we
Yeah.
travel with a team of people, we're able to keep our store open. We're able to travel with 2 to 3 people. And for people like you and last week, help me out here, Luna. You guys do this stuff alone. You know, it's just like man, and then the way your setups come out. I mean, that takes total. just hard work and dedication to be able to pull something off like that, so.
But she has
for
her
sure.
employee. Her daughter sometimes helps her out. A little helper.
She's like, Mom, I don't want to be here, man.
She does mainly shopping, but
She costs us her money.
yes.
Right?
Yeah,
That's the
no,
fun
yeah.
part. That's just awesome, when you're able to bring your kids along to something that you're working towards.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool for them to see it too, because it just shows them like there's so much that you can do, you're not
Right.
just stuck to one thing. Like they see me working in my everyday job and then they see me do this and something
Right.
that I love.
Yeah.
And it's also cool because they support me. Like my son wears my stuff to school.
Oh, that's awesome.
He'll wear like my spooky mom socks to school. I'm like, dude, you're in spooky mom socks. He's like, it's okay, Mom, it's your stuff.
Right.
Right.
He's like advertisement.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The teachers
That's
are
cool.
moms.
Uh,
That's so funny. Dang, I was gonna say something and I totally blanked.
You blanked.
I blanked.
Damn it.
in your face, you're like,
No, I know, and I had a question lined up. Okay, go ahead. What were you gonna say? Okay, and it came to me. No, because when I think Jessica's a very Disney fan and
No, she's a Disney adult.
oh my God, here we go again.
Disney
Dear
nerd. Okay,
God.
and I
There's
think
nothing
she's
wrong with
okay.
that.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm that person too.
Kudos to you guys. I'm not. I enjoy going. Once a
Liar.
blue moon, once a month.
Not
I'm down
even.
with
She's
it.
lying.
But I think you brought my attention to her brand.
Yep.
And she's like, look, check it out. Like, it's all Disney inspired.
It's spooky.
And it's Halloween. And I was like, let me see, because when I go to the parks, I don't buy anything, for myself because nothing catches my attention.
Me neither.
Yeah. So I saw your stuff
He's
and I
lying.
actually really enjoyed it. So I actually did buy a T-shirt from you, and
Oh,
I
I
do
remember
wear
that.
it
Thank you.
because
He
it's
does wear it.
spooky inspired. It's goth, it's emo.
Yes,
It's
yes.
it's a vibe. So like giving the spooky community the opportunity, giving them that up the apparel to rock
Yes.
out there, because I'm not gonna buy a shirt from.
I don't buy that stuff either.
You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
Goddamn
it's too-
expensive, bro.
It's not my style. I don't want.
Dude, I don't know.
Goofy
There-
Donald on
not
me.
only that, it's just like there's been exceptions I've made, obviously, in like the women's jacket you say I bought, but
It is
I
a
had to
women's
Okay,
have
the
that.
Haunted
The Haunted
Mansion
Mansion
line. Okay,
jean
yeah,
line.
that's
I had to
different.
have it, so I bought it. But like a T-shirt, I'm not spending $40 on a T-shirt at Disneyland. There's no way. You know what I mean? And like, nah, nope.
Yeah. So why Halloween? Like, what's the love for Halloween?
Have you always had like a passion for Halloween, or is it something that you developed over time?
No, I feel like, well, I think it, like, as I got older, it grew and grew and grew. But I think I've always loved it since I was little, just because it just, like, that time of year, I don't know, something about it, like, with my family, it was just very, like, we all got together. We all, like, decorated the house Halloween. We went together, like, trick-or-treating, like, when I was little. So I just feel like that time of year is, I love it. It just, the feel of it, fall. I mean, I wish we had a little more fall here in California.
Right.
But just that time of year, I think it's just what, like, I just love it. I have, like, a passion for that time.
Right.
So that's why I kind of did that. And then also because we don't see a lot of it. And, like, for me, I can't go to just Target or somewhere and purchase it. So I'm like, that's kind of why, too. But I just love it. It makes me happy, like,
Yeah.
seeing Halloween. Like, I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
just even at Disneyland, I'm like, oh my God, like everything just looks so beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Where,
think-
some people see Christmas at Disneyland and they're like, oh my God, which I love it too.
Yeah.
I love it too. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's very magical. I'm like, oh my God, it's snowing here.
Right.
But something about, like, just the orange in the park.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I
The
just-
pumpkin.
Yes.
I was just gonna
Pumpkin
say that.
everything.
I'm not gonna lie. I love Christmas. Not for the gifts, but for the way, the vibe, the look, the lights, right? But to be honest with you, it's like you just said, that orange that hits the parks. That's when I'm just like, man, this is like, it feels good to be here. You know what I mean? Like, it just
Yes.
pops for some reason. Because obviously the lights are brighter, they're everywhere in the parks for Christmas. But when it's the fall season, it's just something about that season where the orange is popping off the park.
Yes.
It looks
Yes.
good.
I go twice that month. instead
Yeah,
of
for
once.
sure.
No,
sure.
and like how you're saying, you can't go to the store and find it on your
Yeah,
day-to-day
yeah.
life. But when it's spooky season or fall starts to come out and Target has that stuff, it gets you excited, or like the pumpkin spice comes out at Starbucks and it's fall.
Oh yeah,
you
totally.
know? And it makes me happy, like it's a boost of serotonin. So if you can do it year round, why not?
Yes.
And that's what I tell, like, I think when my mom came over to my apartment the first time and she saw my decorations or my house decor, and she's like, isn't it a little early, to decorate? And I was like, well, decorate for what? That wasn't even my decorations. That was my everyday house decor.
I just feel bad for your husband.
Why?
Because he's just like, hey, this is my game room. I'll just stay in here. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Close that door, and the rest is mine.
Exactly. I do that too at home with my husband.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have this little corner for your guitars.
There you go.
But everything else is mine.
Yeah. They're like, why is there a pumpkin? It's summer.
Right.
The pumpkin is
My
neutral
pumpkins
color.
don't rock.
Yes.
That's funny. I forgot. I'm the one asking questions.
Yeah. Usually.
Yeah. So other than the T-shirts, I know you were talking about socks. What other products do you offer?
I try to throw in different things here and there. So, I mean, I did like jackets
Okay.
recently, and those were a hit.
Oh, like the windbreakers, right?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
I did do like beanies before. I probably will bring that back like next winter time. And I do socks, stickers. That's pretty much it.
Did you have sweatpants at a point?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did do those. I did those embroidered sweatpants, like type of joggers.
Yeah.
And like zip up sweatshirts. And I did bring those back, so I'll probably add more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to do different things just so we have more like apparel.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but, like,
black.
Yeah. Have you
Because
brought?
that's the thing. At Disneyland, there's nothing ever black.
No.
And I'm like, I just want a black shirt or a black
Yeah.
jacket. And it's like, you
Gray.
can't find that. No, it's more like tie-dye or
Yeah,
bright
tie-dye.
yellow. Or I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
What am I gonna do with that?
Yeah.
Not even a nice green.
I think
It's yellow.
I have bought like a colorful thing at Disneyland and I don't wear it. So it's kind of just
Yeah.
there.
Taking space.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all done it. Everyone has those great pullovers that has Disneyland on it.
Oh my God. Yes.
Actually,
yes,
mine
yes.
says Disney World.
Oh,
I caved
wow.
and bought that one.
Oh.
Wow.
We were there, and I was like, this is what I'm going to bring home.
I haven't had a chance to do that, but that's on my bucket list to go to
Oh,
Disney World. So
yeah?
hopefully soon.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
it's very different.
What? Disney World?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a version of Disneyland just on
10 times
steroids.
bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, you'll love it. You'll
You'll
love
love it.
I'll probably love it, but just something about original Disneyland, like
Yeah.
Walt, it just
Yeah.
I'm sure.
that's why I love Disneyland.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
it's that.
Have you always had a love for Disney?
I have actually. I've gone like since I was young, and I even did like a book report. I remember
Oh.
doing it on like Walt Disney. Like, I just love the like that old school and his story. Like, so that's yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I feel like I'm such a Disney nerd with that stuff because no one really like thinks about it when I feel like not a lot of people think about that, but like I go visit like the Walt's Barn out in Griffith Park, and like I go a lot of the times because there's a lot of like old school animators, Disney animators there, and you can like strike conversations with them, and I'm like, this guy is so cool. Like he knew Walt Disney and
Yeah.
like drew for him, like that type of stuff. So
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was there.
yeah, a lot of people don't know it's there, and it's definitely like a hidden gem. They're only open like I forget, it's like once a month, but
Oh, okay.
it's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
Isn't
basically
there a
grew
carousel
up.
out there too?
there is, yeah, the original one where Walt sat there and thought of his idea for the park. So
And it's still there.
it's still there.
That's
But fun fact, this is where I'm going to get real nerdy. Growing up, we went to Disney a lot. And we were fortunate to, I'm going to say it like, we were fortunate our parents took us to Disney a lot. So I was that nerd that you're talking about. I did a lot of research on Walt and the parks and when they opened and this and that and all that stuff. So I was super into that stuff too growing up. When I didn't have to pay for my own pass, you know what I mean?
Right.
But the minute I had to pay for my own pass and then I had kids and I was like, All right. Well, that
The
kind
magic disappeared.
Oh yeah. It's disappearing out of my bank account every month.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
like,
what
poof.
I mean? I was like, damn, I don't know about this. You know.
Right.
But no, I was a big. You can ask Jess, Ashley. I was a big nerd on all that historical stuff with the
Yes.
carousel and the his apartment and I mean all that stuff. So
I got to go inside the apartment. That was pretty
really.
cool.
Really?
Who do you know is a better?
She's like, why have I? You actually, they don't tell you this, but if you do the walk with Walt Tour, at the end of it, they take you in his apartment.
Oh.
So it does cost money, but it definitely is something that was on my list to do.
Right.
So I did it, and I cried, obviously.
Right.
Cry every time.
I mean, again, it's something. If you're a fan of him and his
Yeah.
legacy,
Yes. Like,
you gotta
I
do
go,
it.
I mean, this is so nerdy, and, like, my kids hate when I take them, but in the Abraham Lincoln Theater, like, we have to go sit and do that because I'm going to cry. Like, it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No,
They're like, I'll
trust
stay
me.
outside.
I'm the same
Yeah.
way. I love history, though. I'm a history buff. So, like, I was in Dallas, and I had to go where the whole assassination happened. Anytime I'm in a city, like, anywhere I go, or you ask my dad, he'll be like, yep, we got to go do that. We got to go do this. I just got to see it.
yeah.
I
I'm the
got
same
to,
way. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's
so.
crazy. How big was that apartment?
It's very tiny. It's actually smaller than, well, actually, maybe it's probably as big as your store.
Okay.
Like, just this part right here.
Uh-huh.
They were very strict in there. You couldn't take like actual photos. You couldn't walk on like the tile that was in the bathroom. Very strict. A lot of the stuff though is like original, or they refurbish,
Yeah.
and had it there. So it was really neat.
That is cool.
So originally, this is just a quick story. I don't know how much time we have, but so they told us there was a fire pole in the apartment, and
Yeah.
Walt originally had that so that his grandkids can go down and just go play at the park. But they had to close it off because I believe someone fell, or I don't remember what it was, but they had to close it off, so that's no longer there. So that kind of changed in there, but it was
Who
pretty.
ruined it?
Right.
We have to go in fall. Come on, people.
I was lucky enough to go into Club 33.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
How was that?
She's just like, why?
jealous over
Yes,
there.
I know. I'm gonna have to invite you one day if I get re-invited.
So how does that work? You have to be invited.
You do, either by the member or someone who's a friend of the member. So I got invited. Very strict rules again, but definitely it was like I could not say no. I was
Right.
Oh,
like,
yeah, no.
Nope,
You
I'm
have to
gonna
say
be
yes.
there. Food was great. It was just an experience.
Yeah.
Very cool in there. Yeah.
I know.
I'm not a nerd onto this topic. So what is Club 33? Like, what is
VIP,
that?
homie.
VIP only. You don't know. You
No,
don't
I
know.
don't.
Like she
Well,
just
it's a
said.
very expensive membership.
Yeah, it's exclusive.
Extremely
But
expensive.
basically, it's just a restaurant, bar up there. You kind of have perks to go into other areas that are like exclusive areas in Disneyland, like 21 Royale is another like space above
Okay.
Pirates. And then they also have inside California Adventure, they have like kind of a speakeasy area that's like a bar inside the Carthay restaurant.
Okay.
So like if you are a member, you can access all those areas, but they are pricey. So
Yeah.
Sure.
on top of your membership.
Michael Jackson used to hang out there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't allow you to take photos anymore inside the bathrooms in any of those locations because the actor from Star Wars, Obi-Wan, that plays Obi-Wan, he actually complained, I think this is the story of it, but that he was in there and people were taking pictures and kind of their privacy, which makes sense. I mean,
I mean,
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to pee, you guys.
yeah.
but it's just because the bathrooms are so like royal looking, like
Right.
the faucets are all like beautiful and like you're like, oh my god.
They're like, it wasn't even a picture of you. It's about to sink.
Yeah.
I like the sink, sir.
That's crazy. Man.
See?
A pricey membership for that. That's insane. To me, that's insane. But
I mean,
that is crazy.
It's
pretty
worth
cool.
it for those that are
Yeah.
That love
into
it.
No,
right?
to be
I wanna
up
see
on
it.
those
Yeah.
balconies,
Like, hi,
I was
I
like,
made it.
who are you down there?
She's like, I made it in life.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And going back real quick, I know we're going off topic, but what was the tour that you had to take to get into that apartment? What was it called?
It was called A Walk with Walt.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say, I did it for my birthday. I want to say it's like $100. They take you through Disneyland and tell you different things about it, take you on a couple rides, and then at the end, they take you up there. I think there's been some changes, but
And how long is that tour?
I want to say it's a good 2 hours. It includes lunch.
Oh, nice.
Well, for $100 with
That's
lunch.
not bad. No.
Yeah.
Those are the people with the flags and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Now,
right.
I think now they actually have like headphones.
headphones.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
crazy.
you can't just tag along in the group like, what? Let me tap in real
That
quick.
is so funny. So you basically mashed your love for Halloween
With that.
with your love
My
for
love
Disney,
for
and you said,
Disney,
"I'm gonna
yeah.
make it into
That's awesome, though.
Exactly.
And it's
Yeah.
crazy how it works. You know,
It does.
It works out, you know, because again, just the mashup. How many people love that?
Yeah.
You know, how many people love Halloween? How many people love Disney? You know, us included. I mean,
That's me right here.
yeah.
Well, when I
amazing.
started it, I didn't realize how many people do. You know, it's
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It is.
It's
Yeah,
it's
it
a huge
is.
It makes me happy though that there are the people that do love Halloween
Right.
and Disney because
Right,
you know
right, right.
some people are like, why are you dressing like that
Oh,
at Disneyland, or why do you have black on?
right.
You're like, oh, I'm
But-
sorry, I missed the dress code.
Yeah.
That's funny. But going back to first starting your company, how long into your company did it take you to start doing events?
It took me. I was really nervous actually to even apply for events because I'm like, I'm not gonna get in. Like
Yeah.
I just started. Like people don't like this stuff. Like it was really hard. I want to say within like 2 months within my business, I got into an event
Oh,
and
nice.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, I have no idea what I need to purchase. Like
bring,
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what event was it?
I actually did the Ghouls Night Out in
LA.
LA.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was
nice.
their second one that they hosted, and I did that one.
Okay.
Was a community welcoming to you, or were they kind of wary? Or what was your
No,
experience?
You know what? The actual people hosting the event, they were very welcoming, told me what to do. I didn't really like interact with too many vendors because I didn't know like, oh, can I leave my booth and walk around?
Yeah.
Now that I know, you know, that's something that you can
Right,
do.
right.
And plus it was my first one. I didn't want to leave my husband there alone.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to be alone. So if you ever see him alone, just be like, hi, I know it's okay. Like,
Be like, I want small, medium, and large. No.
Yes,
You'd
yes.
Freak out.
he like is like, oh my God, it's not folded neatly. Like it is okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really speak to too many vendors, but it was really cool because after that event, that's when people were messaging me and wanted the shirt because I literally took, I want to say 30 shirts.
Oh wow.
and I sold out, and my husband was like, what about tomorrow? And I was like, well, I guess whatever we have left is what we have left. Like,
Yeah.
I did not know how it was going to go at all.
Yeah.
So,
That's definitely a learning curve, I think, when you
Yes.
first come into the community is how much product to take and then gauging these events. And if you do an event, you know how that was the second one. If you did the first one, you kind of get a feel for it. There's a process to everything, you know?
Yeah.
And if you're coming into the community and thinking of doing events, that's something to think about too. It's a learning curve. You'll find your footing. Everyone makes mistakes. I think we're on our way to
I
an
still
event
make
and left
mistakes.
all our tables. You know.
Oh,
I still forget things.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that
we're
was
literally
us.
on our way. I think it was
It was
that
one.
event.
Yeah, it was that one.
And we live out here. We're driving and we're almost there. And I'm like, we forgot our tables.
Oh, man.
So you got to pull over and go to Walmart and spend the money because you're like, dang it, who didn't
I
pack
know.
the car?
Yes.
He didn't pack them. It's his fault. I
we
blame
got
him.
new tables though.
Yeah, we did get new tables that we didn't need. We got a learning curve, definitely.
Yeah.
Everyone's welcome into the community. Everyone who we talked to had a nice welcome in. You know, no one's like, oh, it was horrible, my experience. You know, the Halloween community, I feel like is very welcoming and
Oh,
open
totally.
and
I
nice.
think that's probably like my favorite part about it is just how supportive everybody is and how like kind. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like there's no like I don't know. It's just I love that. Like definitely have built friendships just being
Yeah.
a vendor. And so I do love that about the spooky community.
Yeah. I mean, we've only been doing events now for 2 years?
Probably 2.
Probably 2 years. We need to get someone on here who's been doing it for like 10.
Right.
To get their spill on how was it.
I mean,
back then.
you're talking
Yeah.
different time.
Pick someone's brain on that.
It's so funny because, I mean, you mentioned that. I say different time because it's like Horror Nights. I've been going to Horror Nights for over 13, 14 years now. And 10 years ago, fall was so much more nicer going to Horror Nights. I'm telling you. It was nice and cool, a little foggy up there in Hollywood.
No, you're totally right. Yeah.
And then bring it back till today, you're sweating your ass off at Horror Night.
Yeah.
You're still in the middle of summer in the low, mid 80s. You're like, dude, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, take it back 10 years ago to that fall, and it was like, man, again, little
It was
mist in the
cold,
air.
yeah.
It put you in that mood.
Yes.
And then now it's like, you better, if you blink, you missed fall.
Yep.
If you blink, you missed fall. Simple as that.
You can't bring out your sweaters until now.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Now is the time to bring out a sweater.
But then February comes around, March, all right, here comes the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it's like, damn, dude. So I think California's just a summer-based area.
It is.
Literally.
So I don't know why we live here.
and this is where, California has a lot of stuff going on for Halloween.
Yeah.
And it's so freaking hot out here. Like when I visited Seattle, there's barely anything going on out there.
Oh, yeah.
And they have the perfect weather for it.
Yes.
It does rain though.
I was like, I want to go to Washington during fall time, because I'm like, oh, it's the perfect place.
Yeah.
And like you said, there was like nothing. I was like, why?
Yeah.
I was thinking like, oh my God, there's going to be pumpkin patches everywhere,
There's
like
nothing.
different things, different haunts.
It's
Nothing.
like they're just so over it.
They probably just like hate the weather
Okay, it's
out
like
there.
us, though.
They do. We have family out there, and they're here for Christmas, and they're like, it is so beautiful out here. You don't know how it is to wake up with the sun shining.
You're like, dang.
But I want gloomy weather.
Right. And when I went out there, I went out for like 4 or 5 days, and of course it didn't rain when I was there. So I'm talking to the locals, like, oh my God, it's so nice. They're like, yeah, 'cause it's not fucking raining.
Yeah.
For the day you're here.
Yeah.
Like, it's raining the day
I
after.
told you, man.
The first time I went there, I took an umbrella, and everyone was like, why do you have an umbrella?
Yeah. Like, stereotyping it. It's going to rain, right? No, but I loved it. There's really not much going on out there for Halloween. I'm hoping to do one out there. I know there's like one big event. I think it was called like something Beast or something of the Beast. Market of the Beast, I believe. And I did get to talk to a spooky vendor out there too.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully in the future we get to get
I
out
will
there.
join you guys out there.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yes.
Where's this, Seattle?
Seattle. And it used to be a huge event before COVID hit. But, after they're barely starting to get their feet again. But yeah. So technically, did you boom from COVID too?
Are you a COVID boomer?
I am.
Yeah.
Kind of.
2021.
I mean,
it's right at the end of it.
Yeah. I mean, this has been in my mind for like the past 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
I've always supported small shops, and I've always wanted to do it, but I had little kids, and it was just so hard to start. And then so now that they're a little bit older, I was like, I'm going to start it.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be during that time.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
A lot of vendors who we have spoken to is all like COVID babies that came from COVID, and we're one of those,
Yep.
Well, Wicked is before.
Yeah.
We're different companies before Wicked, but this came from of COVID.
From COVID.
Literally
And-
in the heart of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I had a friend that has a small shop, and she, I was helping her during COVID because I was obviously off work. I worked in public schools. And, I just kind of pitched her the idea, and she's like, why not? And I'm like, because I'm scared. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't think it's not good. I can't do it,
Yeah.
I literally was like, I can't do it. I can't. And then she's like, just do it. And she actually helped me kind of start and begin just like the little bit of it. And I think for that, because if I didn't have that little push, Grim Girl Collective wouldn't have been
Hey,
here.
but everybody needs that push
Yeah.
because I don't think people realize it's not just it's an idea, right?
Right.
But then you got to think, okay, I'm going to do it. Well, you need the financial support to do it.
Yeah.
You need,
Exactly.
there's a lot that goes into say, yeah, we're going to do it. All right, cool. You
I
know
think
what I mean?
too, like, it's a struggle, like when you have designs in your head, and then you got to find the people to work with to get your designs
Yeah.
out there, and then you have to find your manufacturer. Like, okay, well, man,
It's
get
the
this printed
time.
to?
Like, you don't realize how
Yeah.
much time it takes. And, like, it's like, okay, I need this design, like, now.
Yeah.
Like, I need to
Right.
get it out now because it needs to get printed and,
Yeah.
whatever else. But, yeah, all the business expenses that, like you said, buying tables, it's like, I didn't have any of that, and I had
Right.
to just kind of do it all out front and just kind of
Cross your
hope for
fingers,
the best.
right?
Yeah, I'm
Right,
like, it's
right.
just a risk, and I'm like, okay.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah.
you took that leap. So that's
I
all that you
did,
need.
yeah.
You took that leap, and now you're here. And now it seems like you're in every major show.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Well,
you
I
don't
hope
miss.
so.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get into hopefully Midsummer. So
Okay.
I'm gonna still apply for it. You know,
Well, yeah,
with
for
my
sure.
fingers
No.
crossed.
I definitely think, I definitely think that always keep applying even if you don't get it on the first
Yeah.
one. Because
Yeah.
us, for example, there's a lot of these shows that we do today that we would never, I mean, we got denied, you know? So it's like you just got to keep pushing, keep doing it, keep grinding on it, and you'll eventually, you know what I mean, get into something or into the show you want. You know, I mean, us included, we haven't got into Midsummer.
Yeah.
Just the Season Screamings one.
Okay.
The December show. We did get into that one. So hopefully that gets us into the next. But who knows, what their
Hopefully.
process is.
Yeah.
You never know what their mindset is behind
Right.
it. They have so many people applying to their events too. So who knows, But
Yeah.
fingers crossed. But what keeps you motivated, like, to keep going with this?
I think, like we said, just having the people wearing my shirts and seeing that
Yeah.
and seeing how happy they are, definitely keeps me motivated. I can't express like how thankful I am for all of you guys who do wear my stuff. Because this was not something that I was thinking it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I didn't think this many people were gonna want this shirt, Spooky Mouseketeer.
Yeah.
And it just, that keeps me going because I do have little breaking points where I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what, I can't do it, because I am a mom. I do work my regular full-time job. So I do this once I'm home or in between
Right.
being a mom. So I think that, there's been times where I'm like, I just can't do it. But then I
Right.
see like this post or this person message me
Yeah.
or, and I'm just like, I am so thankful for you that this is why I do it because
Right.
you feel happy wearing what I made.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone's going to have those moments. No matter where you're at in the stages of your company, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
I can't handle it. It's too much. I'm working too hard, and the what's coming back is
The return.
the return isn't there
Yeah.
sometimes. But that's what it takes to run your own company. Do you have any advice for anyone listening who wants to start their own business?
I think make sure you're doing it for fun and for what you love because once you get out of that, then it's just kind of like
Work.
it's just work. And then
Yeah.
you're like, I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
It's not
And you're
fun
working,
anymore.
if you're working your regular job and you're doing this, now it's like you're working two jobs.
Right.
Yes. And it is a lot of work. Like I'm still
Yeah.
working and but it just I think just I kind of lost what I was thinking about.
No, you're
No,
good.
you're good. I mean, you got
Keep the
you
passion.
hit it. You hit it.
Yeah.
You hit it
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
you know?
Just, I just, because there's times where I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. But then I'm like, why? Why did I start this?
You have to go back to that
Yes.
why.
Yeah. And,
Yes.
it's because
Reasons.
I wanted something for people to wear at Disneyland that they can't find every day or at Disneyland,
Right.
and, I want to be able to provide that. I want to be that person.
And you're definitely providing that to the spooky community.
Yes.
For sure.
So I have a quick question. It would be, so considering, I'm going to assume that Disney is your outlet, right? When you want to kind of disconnect from everything you're doing.
Yes.
So how is that for you? How hard is it though, considering, your product is very, you try to tend to those people. Do you disconnect pretty well where you can just go and enjoy the day? Or is it always like when you're there, you're like, well, I'm still thinking of business.
work.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that is kind of hard to do. But luckily I have a Disney mom and dad
okay.
Oh, okay.
that I go to Disneyland with, and when I'm there with them, I forget that I'm there. Like we're just literally sometimes we'll sit for an hour at one of the restaurants or somewhere and just talk and people watch and just
Yeah.
kind of eat, and I just kind of forget about everything
Everything.
else.
Perfect.
And that's when people are like, oh, Disneyland is so expensive, or like, oh, the wait time for this ride is so long. I'm like, I don't even go for the ride.
Yeah.
Like I literally go to eat. So when
It's
you see
the-
me post that, I literally go to
Oh,
eat.
it's-
I want all the snacks. I want to just sit there and just kind of be in conversation with the people that I love, you know,
Right.
and just kind of,
And be in that environment.
yes,
I think
exactly.
100% that's what we do too. I mean, I have 2 little ones as well. So one of them is a ride warrior and wants to ride everything possible. But for the most part, we go, we find everything we can eat, drink.
Sit at Starbucks like we don't go do that on
yeah.
normal
And
Yeah,
just
yeah.
talk.
It just
people
hits
watch.
better.
I
there.
love
It does,
people
it does.
watching. I
Their
love
It
coffee
just
is
tastes
roasted,
better
yeah.
with some Mickey ears.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's just the whole vibe thing. Like you're there,
Yeah.
you're relaxing, you're chilling. It's so funny because, like you said, we have family members like, well, this line is too long. Who cares? I'm not gonna ride that.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? I'll ride it when it's not.
Well, give me a
100
dang
hours.
churro.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm not about
Exactly.
that. I
Yeah.
guess like we'll skip that one. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
We
For
rode
su-
it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
the
hit
same.
Little Mermaid. It's 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
The
Like,
Yeah,
most popular
definitely.
ride right there is the Little Mermaid.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So what's your future goals for your brand?
Actually, I would love to own my own storefront like this.
Okay.
That's kind of
Awesome.
always been like my main goal is I want to have a store. That's probably like my biggest thing with the future of Grim Girl.
Yeah. A little,
Definitely, I would love to have just like a storefront and it be my full-time job.
Yeah.
Right.
As much as I love doing what I do, like I also really love doing Grim Girl Collective. Like it literally makes me so happy. Like I just, yeah, this is, you know,
your
when I'm
baby.
at events, like I'm just happy. I'm happy to be there. I
Right.
forget about everything else. I'm like, ooh, I'm like, there's Michael Myers. Like, you know, like,
yeah.
you know, it's like it's just so, it's so much fun.
Is
Yeah.
it? You say you worked for the school district or something in the schools. Is it different to be able to disconnect from the obviously that Monday to Friday to turn into like the Grim Girl Collective? That's completely opposite
Yeah.
of what you're doing in.
Yeah,
at the
it
Monday to Friday.
definitely is two drastically different things. And I think if people saw me every day, like what I look like at my regular job, they'd be like, that is not Grim Girl Collective.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know, but just the environment I work in, I have to be professional. So
Right.
it's just different.
It's like a night and day almost, right?
Yes, it is. It is. So it definitely is. I get tired too because it's like going from an everyday. I work in special ed too.
Okay.
And so that and then doing the whole Grim Girl thing after it is.
Yeah, it's a transition.
It is
for
definitely transition.
Sure. I know. There's some people we've had on here that have 2 completely different. They do this for this duration of the time, and then the weekend gig is like the company they own. So
Yeah.
it's such a trip to see the transition. So
yeah.
it's always fun to see
Once
that.
your black lipstick comes on, it's Grim Girl to Collective time,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I do wear black though to work all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
And my
okay.
students do notice that.
They're like, "Are you okay?"
Right.
Like, it's my favorite color.
I think on Halloween this year, because I'm at a new location school site, and for Halloween I dressed up as Wednesday Addams, and everyone's like, "You look just like her," and I was like, "I've never felt more myself at work. Like I'm like in my docs, I'm in my black dress,
Yeah.
like this is perfect."
You're like, I didn't have to buy any of this.
Right. Right.
I already had it.
exactly.
Like, this is what I was gonna wear on Friday, but it worked out.
Yeah,
That is so funny.
it is
I think we all get that. Like, you wear too much black, but like, well, it makes me happy.
exactly.
Yeah, right.
Mind your business. No.
It's a trip. Though.
Well, that's why I wanted to do that new. I don't know if you guys noticed. I did that Wednesday design. It says allergic to color because I
I
literally
see it.
just when I was watching that series, I just was like, "That's me."
Yeah.
You know, like that is me.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to have a shirt that says that because
Yeah.
I just connected with it.
For
That was
sure.
such a good show too.
It is, yeah.
I think going into rambling, but oh well. I think Tim Burton did such a good job, and
Oh,
Jenna
yeah.
Ortega.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I binge watched it in one day.
Yes,
We'll
I
have- we'll
rewatched
have her
it
on
because I
here
loved
soon.
it so
Yes,
much.
Yeah. What's the
So we'll get her on.
I
here soon,
see.
don't
Oh
worry.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep
Make sure I'm
hearing-
invited to that Wednesday.
She'll be like, I'll help host it. What do you need me to do? No,
Nah,
it
it's
was
a-
very good. Well done. For
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
that
100%.
was-
I'm surprised you liked it because you're very picky.
I was
Yeah,
picking
yeah.
the beginning, but I think you have to see it in a different perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I once I transitioned to that, I was drawn in.
You're like,
Yeah.
I
this
saw
is
the whole
great.
season in a day.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like boom, like it all just flowed. It
Yeah.
wasn't like I'm gonna stop here and I'll pick up. Nope.
Yep.
You
One
couldn't,
day,
right?
like,
You couldn't
bam.
stop.
No.
And she was actually a Disney actor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she came from Disney, and now she's done
She
like
came to the dark side.
6
Scream.
or 7
Love it.
horror movies. And,
Yeah.
What are they
and,
calling her? The
shows.
new Scream Queen, right?
She's the,
The
new final girl.
That's what they're
The
calling.
what?
Like, oh my
Final
god.
girl.
You're
No.
literally wearing.
The final girl,
This
though?
is the final
Yeah.
girl right here.
She was the final girl for the
Is
longest
that something
time.
that fans have made up?
Yeah, like
Okay.
she was
I
the
mean-
That's
scream
not
queen of that
official.
generation. Yes, it
Tabloids
is.
use it.
The final
It's
girl.
okay. You're out of the loop. It's
Anyways,
totally fine.
anyways.
But yeah, so she's kind of like the new it girl.
Oh, okay.
For Halloween movies.
Yes.
Yes.
Negative.
Who do you think it is then?
Jamie Lee for life.
No.
You haven't even seen the newest one, so
I
get
know.
out
Yeah,
of
you
here.
haven't even watched
I
it.
don't want to ruin it for myself.
You don't want it to end.
No.
No.
Have you seen it?
I have.
You have.
I was not a fan of it though.
No.
A lot. She's not the only one. Mm-hmm. She's not the only one.
But
Are you
that's
saying
it.
she's the next Elvira?
No, Elvira's the it girl.
Oh.
Really? Maybe of your time. Just kidding.
I'll tell you what, though, she's still very popular.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely.
I
you
think
know.
I think it's funny because it's like a lot of the older men that love her, and I'm just like, she's a lesbian. She likes women.
Oh,
Like,
God.
and that to me is funny because they're like, yeah, she's so beautiful.
I mean, they can still be beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
no problem. But she likes women too. Don't forget that.
And I'm just like, why are you bursting people's bubble?
Because it's funny.
You're so mean. Well, let's go. Where can people find your products and social
Yeah.
medias?
So I mainly on my Instagram,
Okay.
and there I kind of put out, when to go online and shop at my online store, which is just grimgirlcollective.com. So those are mainly the two things that I use right
Okay.
now. I haven't really got into TikTok or any other
Yeah.
type of marketing,
Mm-hmm.
but mainly just
Instagram and your online shop. Awesome.
Yeah.
And what's your Instagram handle?
It is Grim Girl Collective at Grim Girl Collective.
Oh, super simple. No
Damn.
underscores.
Yeah,
you guys.
nothing.
Just,
Just
Super
Grim Girl
straight to the point.
Collective.
I
And
mean,
of course, we're going to put it
yeah,
on.
That's
there.
what's cool is like I researched my name too. I forgot to mention this, but like no one else has Grim Girl Collective. So,
Really?
I was able to do like my email, my website,
Yeah.
my Instagram. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. And no underscores, so it makes it simple.
Nothing.
I
Yeah.
think we had an underscore.
We have an underscore
because someone had it.
Yeah,
Like
someone
you-
had it.
that
And no one
account-
was using it.
No
for
one
like
uses
years.
it, yeah.
No one still uses
But it's
it.
still
But
an account, I guess, that's on Instagram.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
you can claim that name.
they
or
can't just
something.
delete their Instagram.
I
Got
don't
it.
know.
Yeah.
That's anyway.
Lame.
Lame. We try to reach out. They don't look
But
at it.
same thing with like a website though. Like someone has .com, but they haven't used it in years and years and years.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Things are difficult when you have, looking into a company. You got to make sure names are available.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, shoot, I need to get a business license.
Uh-huh.
And I have to do this and a seller's permit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like, yeah, you have to get a seller's print. So when they ask, they're like, oh crap, like I need that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like at the fair, there was a dude walking around asking for our seller's permit.
oh, yeah.
And taking
It
you
is
down.
important
Yeah,
too
very important.
because
Yeah.
you don't want to get
because you get fined. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people got fined that day.
Yeah.
and
And,
they were
and it's
mad.
not that difficult. You just got to jump through the hoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Go
not
through the
difficult. It's just like,
steps.
it's just like a process.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like everything else, it's a
Yes.
process. But I did want to ask, like, other than, Disneyland is your fun, what else do you like to do for fun?
She's
Shopping.
like, that's it.
Like
Shopping.
Disney, at Disney.
No, I like to do shopping. I like to spend time with my kids.
Okay.
I think that I enjoy that a lot. Yeah, I'm pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's pretty
Do
much
your
it.
kids enjoy Disney or?
They do.
Okay.
They do.
That's
they
good.
actually do. I do like to go to different coffee shops with my
Okay,
best
yeah.
friend and hang out and do that type of girl time.
That's fun.
I do enjoy that. Yeah, that's mainly it.
She's like coffee, shopping, Disneyland. That's it. That's all I
Yes,
need.
I'm
That's all she
very
does.
simple.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's
That is
perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You do go to like events that you're not vending at too.
I do because I definitely just try to still support the spooky community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys have seen me. I kind of
Yeah.
go and just kind of shop and support all of you guys,
Yeah.
Right,
even
right.
if I
Which is
don't
awesome.
get into an event. Because I've been doing it for years. I've been supporting small shops. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's important.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do go to events because I do enjoy those. And I was going to events prior to me starting my business too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think I've only been to, before Wicked started, I've been to one event. And it was, what's it called? Like the flea market in Upland. When that used to
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
what was it
yeah.
called? Like the punk flea market.
Yes.
Punk- yeah.
I think it's
And
Punk
that
Flea
was
Market.
kind of like my first taste of it, of like the Halloween community. Because I saw Rotten Glam there.
Oh, okay.
And I think Monster Posse. And I saw the environment and the people. And that kind of right there is like hit a switch in me.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like, okay, this is what I want to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was what made me serious and wanted to do Wicked Boutique. Because at first I was like, no, I don't think so. And then I attended one of those events. I was like, yep, I want to do it.
Yeah.
Like I want to go for it and see where it ends up, you know. And this is where we are now.
Yeah,
Interviewing
yeah.
people.
It's very cool.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I think because it was both of ours, like very first
First.
event, like going out, just going to one. And I think like since Rod and Glam was so nice to you, and like everyone
Oh my
was
gosh,
just like
she is
so
so
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ashley was like, I want to do this. Let's like.
And then
'cause
I-
before
I
we're
would-
like, no, we
yeah.
don't want to do this. Like, what?
It's funny
No.
because I talked to her a little bit that day, and then I ended up starting the company, and I saw her at the first event we did, and I was like, "Do you remember me?" And she was like, "Yeah, I remember you." And then I told her how we have a business now, and she was just like super nice and smart.
Yeah.
She's so happy for you, you know.
Yes, yes.
Hopefully we'll get her on soon too. So,
Yeah.
but she's she's busy, so we'll see.
Yeah.
She is.
She did. She's a good friend. She even attended my wedding, so.
Oh,
Shout out
nice.
to her.
Nice. I bought some products from her for my daughter for Christmas because I just
she has
love
good
it. Yeah.
stuff. Her
Yes.
jewelry is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, she has a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like a lot.
Yeah, I think that's like all our questions. So, do you guys have anything else to add?
I do. I want to ask, and we ask everybody, what would be your favorite horror film, scary movie, however you
Of
want
all
to put
time. Like, what's your scary movie of all
it?
time?
What's your go-to? Like, yeah, this is it.
So I actually have two.
Okay.
And they're both for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely am on that Scream kick, the original Scream.
Okay.
I just can't. I love everything 90s, like all the 90s, like
Yeah.
cheesy films. Like I
Yeah.
will watch any of those over and over again. But I have to say, like that's when I'm feeling like sick or a bad day, I'm like, put on Scream. Like I just need to watch that. That's my comfort. You know, my husband's like, that's your comfort. I'm like, yes, just put it on. Put it on.
Is he into Halloween at all?
He isn't.
Oh,
he is like
okay.
completely opposite of me,
Yeah.
but he is still totally supportive.
That's awesome. You don't drag him into it like you're gonna like it.
No. He
Okay.
totally is like, this is you. You come up with these things. You do it. He's like, but I'm here.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't like it. He actually does not like Disney either. So it's really weird because
Opposite. Totally
complete
opposite.
opposite. But yeah.
It works, right?
Yes. And then I have to say the original Halloween, Michael Myers. I love Michael. Like
Okay.
that's my guy right there.
Yeah.
Michael Myers. I
Yeah.
love him. And I think mainly because growing up, like I remember watching it with my mom. And so it just kind of brings me back that memory of
Yeah.
like, I don't know, something about it. Like I love it.
I'm a fair weather fan
nostalgia.
of Michael, so I don't count. I don't count.
No.
My favorite horror films are like Nightmare on Elm Street,
Okay.
all of those. So, and then when the new Michael started to come out, starting with the Rob Zombie in like 2006 or something like that, that's when I was like, hold up, I might like this.
Yeah.
And then when they did the revamps, I was like, yeah, I love this. So that's why I don't even say it out loud.
You don't even
'cause I'm
like the OGs?
Nah, I do, but not as much as I did Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger, the guy who plays him, Rob Ringling, he's just a whole nother
Character.
Yeah.
character. Yeah,
He
You know what I
is.
mean, the way he talks,
Yeah.
the way he brings that character to life. And I've got to meet him too, so it's like, oh yeah, I love this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So, any of the newer films, have you enjoyed any of those?
I do watch them, but something about the old ones,
Yeah.
I can't. I'm such an old soul. Like that's not. I just love the original stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's
Right.
just me.
Yeah.
Even just regular general like older movies. Like I definitely go to those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely. I don't think there has been any good Halloween movies that came out so far.
No.
You know what? The new Scream wasn't too bad.
It wasn't bad.
no, I
enjoyed
like
it.
that one.
was good.
Definitely. Yeah.
But other than that, the last movie that I enjoyed in theaters was probably like the Insidious movies.
Yeah, and that was a while ago already. Though.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, those
The
scared the shit
Conjuring?
out of me. It's the same time frame, I think.
Nah, I think that was a little after.
Well, those movies were good to me.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them. I still do. I don't go back to watch them because they freak me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a scaredy cat with some of the new ones, I have to say. But
I'm like, Jay, who's thinking of this stuff?
yeah,
See a
I'm like,
doctor.
Yeah.
No, I think the last movie you really liked, Ash, was The Black Phone.
You're right.
oh, I did like that
right.
one. I kind of was like, I want to know more though about this guy.
Yes,
Like, why
that
didn't
was-
they go more into who this
I
is
still
and
haven't seen
why?
that.
Wow.
You still
you're
haven't
missing
seen
out,
it?
man.
Nope.
That's what pissed me off too about that movie. Like,
Yeah.
why is he this way? Like, what's his backstory?
Yes, I was like,
What
I want
made
to see
this
him
way?
do more.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
You should
Yeah.
watch that.
I
Definitely
will.
watch it.
Since
I
you
think I've
guys
seen it twice or
watched
three
it twice
times.
without me, so
Yeah, sorry.
I only watched it once. It was with Ash, though. So.
And then I watched it again with Mom.
And you know what's funny? She got scared when I got scared the same time. But
Even
she
though I
already
already
watched. She
seen
already
it.
had seen it.
Yeah.
And she was just like looking at me, see if I was gonna get scared, and she got scared. Like, what the hell?
I jumped because you jumped.
No.
That's funny. But yeah.
that is
Do
funny.
you have any questions for us?
Let me think. Let me think.
We never asked them.
Yeah, that's true. We never, like,
asked if they have any
That could be
questions.
something new we do. There you go. You
Yeah,
just introduced
There
it.
you go.
She's like, nope.
No, you guys are boring.
Do you
Pretty
guys have
basic.
any other plans, like with your store? Like, do you want to like
I don't know. I feel
do
like
more, make a bigger store?
we always talked about making it bigger. But honestly, we do so much. I feel like we could barely handle what we have going on. You know what I mean?
I think, but I think getting at that is yes, because we're already bringing in more people into the
Yeah.
store. We have a lot more companies in here, but until we fulfill this space, because we're not happy, 100% with this space, that's when we'll be like, all right, let's go bigger.
expand.
Yeah.
But until then, we're just gonna keep bringing people in and giving
little
people what they
small
want.
area.
That's our motto now. It's like we give the people what they want. They want the stuff that's from Monster Posse or Stitch Little Devils or whoever we're carrying nowadays. You know what I mean? So that's what we're trying to do is to provide that. I mean, obviously, it'll be a very small portion of those companies, but hey, we got a little something. You know what I mean? That
Right.
we're offering. So
Right.
Yes.
that's the thing. But yeah.
That's about it.
Cool. Anything from you guys? Any last minute words?
No.
Comments,
Thank you for coming
concerns?
on. And
Of
I know that
course.
drive's probably gonna be horrible.
no.
I'm sorry.
On the way home, let me see what time is it. Might be okay.
No, I think it'll be okay going home.
Yeah, it might be okay.
I had some coffee too on the way over here. So
Aw,
There
okay.
you go.
That's why you're 6'12", huh? What's your next event? Where can people find it?
I actually don't have any events lined up.
Okay.
I'm hoping that something pops up for me, and then I will definitely apply and be there.
Cool.
I have some new stuff working on, so
Oh yeah, there we go.
if anything, it'll pop online. So pay attention to my Instagram.
I think you'll be at an event real soon.
Yeah.
Yes, I just
So-
I do want to mention though too that I don't think it was mentioned, but I do work with Sammy Ruiz.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of my artwork. We kind of collab and do it together. So
Nice.
him and I are doing that right now, and hopefully they'll be coming out soon.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and we'll put all her Instagram and online in the bio, so you guys can find that easily.
For sure.
If you're on YouTube, if not, look it up on Instagram. The River Girl
If you're
Collective.
listening, literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
So it shouldn't be too hard to find, guys. But yeah, so thank you so much for coming out again. We really
course.
appreciate it. We always know that our LA
Definitely
people coming
fun.
down, it's tough. You know what I mean? But yeah, so
Different county.
yeah, exactly. It's you know what though? Some people have come from Corona. That's still pretty far too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got to go that way out all the time. You know.
Right.
But anyways, guys, we want to thank you guys again so much for watching today's episode. We want to thank her again for coming out, making that drive.
Yeah.
And as always, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you
In 2023.
in 2023 on the next one.